rocking with the one and only Paperboy, aka Dope Boy Pape, and I want to introduce you to another strong running movie called Sneaker Talk with Dope Boy Pape. So what we'll be covering, this is episode 1, and what we will be covering is a bunch of sneaker stories I got for y'all, a bunch of sneaker reviews, a bunch of sneaker releases, a bunch of classic sneaker stores in SF, along with Oakland, which is our neighbors, and we will be talking about collaboration sneakers on this joint. We'll be talking about a bunch of just real seasoned sneaker talk. This is not no scripted shit. This is shit for us dope boys. This is shit for us motherfuckers that really enjoy this game. This is raw and uncut. See, this is no respect. This is no disrespect to any sneaker channel, any sneaker show, any sneaker reviewer, but this is a review and this is a show that speaks to the trenches, speaks to the real street, speaks to the niggas that help lay the foundation down for what the game is right now. We're also going to talk about the disability that the game is in right now, and we're going to try to get it back to its proper format, because resellers played a heavy part in why the game is in shambles right now, and also just letting these goofy ass type of niggas, you know, come in the game and try to run this shit and hold the keys to the gate. I'm robbing hood and I'm robbing niggas and bringing it back to the hood where it belongs. You dig what I'm saying? So I want y'all to enjoy this episode and this whole show with me, man. Sneaker talking with Dope Boy Pape, aka Pyrex Pape. The nigga your bitch love, but they nigga hate. You understand me? First of all, I want to talk about this shoe right here, which is a Jordan 5 Metallic. This shoe probably dropped about 4 or 5 times, and it's one of them classic dope boy sneakers that us niggas had during the golden era of sneaks, which is around 2000, 2015. Then the big boom came. That's when the resellers got involved. That's when a lot of pop-up resale stores came, but we just enjoying the game, man. And I know a lot of people like me get so frustrated because we be sneakerheads at heart. It's just hard for us to be accepting a shoe that drop every 3-4 years. Like, damn, nigga, we just got them. So I also want to give a shout out to True. True is a sneaker store that's been stationed in San Francisco for over 20 plus years. They've been holding down the community for a long time, and this is why they're still here, still active in the community. We're here at the Oakland location, right here by Lake Merritt. And since we're talking about True, we're just gonna talk about the other shoe stores that used to be in San Francisco. And before we had resale shops, it was always commercial stores like Foot Action, Foot Locker. Nike Town was built in '97, I believe, but Athlete's Foot, and I would say Copeland's. But then there was other stores, the real definition of mom and pop shops, and we had a place called Doomid's, what was in Ceremony, that had all the exclusive shit. If you knew the owner, you could get them shoes early. I had a partner named Seti B, and that nigga Pops was tied in, and he used to get all the shoes about 1 to 2 weeks early. He had got the 17s early, the red and white ones, I remember that. And he was the only nigga that I knew that really liked them ginger Jordan 16s. See, green, brown, tan, and green is called earth tone colors. we was never really on earth tone shit. When them brown 9s came out, we called them the Dookie 9s. We was never on them. But we also had places like one real heavy name that held a lot of weight in Daly City and in San Francisco was a place called, it was called First Step. And First Step was ran by a bunch of Asians, and I respect them for what they gave us niggas in the city and gave us the spot in 280 Metro in Ceremony. They had everything. One thing about they shop, they was a real sneaker shop that really understood. They had cutouts of Nike memorabilia. I remember they had, if I'm not mistaken, they had a size 22 Shaquille O'Neal sneaker that was planted in the wall like this, and I want to say it was autographed, to be honest. I actually know how to find the old owner of Feet First Step. Feet First is another shoe store based in San Francisco. But yeah, though, they had location in 280 Metro. They had a few downtown. The one on Market was the biggest one, right next to the SF shopping mall. They also had another one before I went to Market. That was up on Powell, right there above the Skechers store. You used to walk up these steep steps, and that's where they had, to my knowledge, they had it on the steps, the Shaquille O'Neal sneaker, or they had that motherfucker as soon as you went upstairs. Then they had a little one. I remember, I think the little one was like on right next to the garage, on Powell, right there by Macy's. Then they had another one on Montgomery. I remember they had to open that motherfucker. It used to be on Montgomery right next to the McDonald's. That's around the era where the bread ones and the royal blue ones came out. I remember them shoes at one point. There was 2 for $89. I had a partner that went to McIntyre with me named Sean from Shoreview. Shout out Sean. He had the we call him burnt eye, because he had the big ass burn right here on his eye. But he had both of them joints, the red and black ones, and he had the royal blue ones. And this one, they came with the big Nike Jordan emblem, big keychain. The niggas used to put that on their little beaded dog tag chains. But First Step, for sure, one of the iconic stores in San Francisco that did a lot in the sneaker game. And I'm also keep it real too. First Step, hear me out. Before the name reselling even hatched, was even created, First Step, their last store was on Market, right across the street from what we got is IKEA right now. It was a real big, nice glass entrance, and they had a bunch of shoes that been released years ago that they had in the display case. And I remember my little partner was like, bro, why they selling these shoes for more than what they worth? $300. They had the Concords up in there. This could have been the 96 Concords or the 2000 Concords, but they wanted like $350, $400 for them. And niggas used to ask me, because I guess I was just a real big sneaker factor of my era, and niggas knew I had that knowledge. But they was one of the first ones to start reselling sneakers in Frisco, I swear to God. And if you ever gonna watch this or see this episode, or even tune into my channel and tune into my sneaker show, I want you to tap in with me, because I want to bring you onto this motherfucking show I'm cooking up for the culture, and I want you to tell the people what I just told the people in your words. Alright, so shout out to the legendary, what the fuck I just call him? The motherfuckers is called not Feet First, but First Step, excuse me. Yeah, I just got so much going on in my mind right now. We probably gonna X that blooper out though. So let's just rewind it a little bit. When I was mentioning about all the sneakers, let me just think real quick. I mentioned First Step and Boom Bap Boom. Okay, yeah. Then there was a few more stores that's real legendary in San Francisco called Walk America, Silver Star, which was in Chinatown. Used to be in Chinatown. They had about 2 locations. The last location, to be honest, was really on Gary like in 7 by KFC, and they had ended up shutting down. And then another spot was Feet First. Feet First was over there at Embarcadero. We used to cut school, hop on the train in Embarcadero, and then jump on the F Market, go down there, get the shoes early. I knew the partner named Juan, but the shoes I remember grabbing from there, my years was the Chrome 8s, Metallic 5s, Bugs Bunny 8s. I think I had copped the Playoff 12s from them. And I was always back and forth with First Step and Walk America, because that was like the last and only spot you can get the shoes early. And Silver Star too, but I really had no true relationship with Silver Star. But shout out to all the stores that showed a nigga like me love and my friends love getting sneaks early, because if you was ever in a high school or middle school, you know that power that you had walking into them doors in high school or middle school, and you was just that man with them early shoes. It's just an unexplainable feeling. You had to be there, and you had to be one of those guys. Now, let's dig deeper into this talk. My favorite store that done a lot for me in my sneaker history, my sneaker storyline that's still being written to this day, has to be a place on Sutter, Uptown, Downtown. Address was 808 Sutter Street. The address was 808 Sutter Street, and the phone number was 415-614-9414. And I had a Metro phone. This is like the year 2003. Metros, you didn't need no credit, you didn't need no ID, so my name on my Metro phone was Kid Jordan, because all I did was rock Jordans. And I used to call that number at Huff or Eddie Rascal or Masson or Eugene, or my homie now used to pick up, Kid Jordan, what's up? They knew it was Dope Boy Pape, aka Donald. And we developed a great relationship. I was never into SBs. I'm gonna tell you why. Because SBs didn't fit the style that us dope boys, us hoodlums, y'all would call us, style. A lot of clothes were being sold and made and dished off as super baggy. This is not really a bad thing to say when I say this, but niggas wasn't dressing like white boys, meaning the straight legs or skinny legs. And I do apologize if anybody get offended out there, but don't watch this if you do. Quit being soft. That's what's wrong with the game. Game is full of a bunch of pussies and soft niggas. You know what I'm talking about? This is a show where I'm telling it like it is, and you either like it or don't like it. You understand me? But yeah, no. I learned a lot from that store. He also had a clothing store right next door, and he was the only account ever, to my knowledge, to even have a Supreme account. So back to Huff. When I first walked into that store, and I remember like it was yesterday, it was Homer SBs right there on the shelf. It was Flash SBs right there. I want to say they're called the Tekashis. I think there was a white with the gold swoosh, and I didn't really care for those. I only cared about the Jordans that was dropping, the Jordan 12s, the Jordan 4s. I didn't really start focusing on the SBs until the Tiffany's dropped. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. We used to have campouts at Huff, and every time we camped out, the next morning he would bring us donuts and orange juice. And let's just fast forward real quick. I'm gonna come right back. So when y'all see me terrorizing Los Angeles in these videos, and y'all say, why he feeding the line breakfast and dinner and buying pizza for these people? Why every time it's a camper or a lineup, he's always giving out something to the people? Because when Huff did that for us, that shit got downloaded into my bloodline. And I said, if I ever had a chance to have my own shit, I will continue that thing. And that's the real reason why Dope Boy Pape give to the people when I when I pull up, popping trunks full of popsicles, donuts, cookies, whatever I can, because that's something I respected as a young man. I really like that as a man, not just taking money from us and kicking us about their spot. But back to the story. This was the same month that the Tiffany low tops dropped, which is probably top 3 of all time SBs ever to drop. This was when the Laser Jordan 4s came out, and this had to have been the white one. And I'm gonna tell you how cold I am. If I'm not mistaken, Huff had to be in a tier 0 account. And a tier 0 account is, every store has different accounts, right? Foot Locker might be a tier 1. Copeland's might be a tier 2. Tier 0 is a store that get all the extra exclusive, the Cause 4s, the Fragments, the super exclusives, like all those type of shoes. And I want to say he had a tier 0 account, but he came outside, everybody was lined up, and he said, "Hey Donald, what size you needed?" And I saw the list of the shoes. This is for the laser white 4s. I needed 9.5, 10. He said, "Ain't no 9.5 left, ain't no 10." I had an option to get 10.5, 11, 12, and 13, or anything up from that. I said, damn, and left. But now that I think about it, I should have got a 12 or whatever I could. But back then, making money off shoes wasn't even a thing for us true sneakerheads. We wasn't thinking about reselling or thinking about size swapping. Them two terms wasn't even invented yet. Size swapping and reselling wasn't a thing yet. The dictionary had never even witnessed no words like that yet. So I didn't really partake in that. So then I said, fuck it. I ended up going to DLX and getting the Nike Tiffany's, and I just kept them. Ended up selling them to a partner of mine long time ago. But that's the story about that. And then I was so tied in with Huff. The day I had got shot, right? I had got shot when I was like 18, 19 years old. I think I popped up to the shop on Hayes, which is now undefeated. And I talked to Huff, and I was like, Huff, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life, bruh. I just need some help, bruh. I need to talk to somebody, bruh. He was like, don't worry about that. Come see me on Monday. And I never ended up coming to see him on Monday. I'm gonna tell you why. Because in the black community, when we talk about jobs and careers, we were so brainwashed about having a construction job or working for the city. Well, this was like the summer of 2004, summer 2005. We had just did a summer intern for Department of Public Works, DPW, and they had ended up calling us back, and I had ended up getting a job with the city Department of Public Works where I met my big bro Fee. Shout out to Fee. And I never got a chance to come back and talk to Huff about that, but I'm gonna tell you what he was gonna do. Huff was gonna hire me as the newest member of the Dirtbag crew, aka the Huff crew. But I am, and I say this with all respect, the decision I made had to be made, because if I did make that decision, I would have never had Dream Team SF. I would have never had this bust down. I would have never had the opportunity to become a sneaker shop myself. And Dream Team, when you dissect it and step back and analyze it, Dream Team is a powerhouse from my city. I have inspired different music artists. I have inspired artists that paint with their hands. I done help power niggas brands, build brands. I done brought so much to the block. Bow Wow, B&B Pac-Man, Jada Kiss, Jimmy Boy, China Mac. The list goes on, but just me having that hub allows people to come in and fuck with a nigga like me, man. Even I cannot forget my little bruh, 24K Golden. You know, without Dream Team, there is no 24K Golden. So that's why I say this with all respect, and God bless Keith Hufnagel's soul. The choice I made to go work for the city and Department of Public Works, I had to make that choice. And making the choice to come back on Monday to work for Keith Huff, because yeah, I would have liked working for him and had my own sneakers through him, bunch of sneakers, but I would have never became my own boss and had to think into depth and become the creative nigga that I am right now. So in life, you cannot make the wrong choice. It's just the choice that you made is where you need to be at that time. So just take part in that and just remember that, y'all. But yeah, though. Then after that, the recession came, shut all the shops down. Boom, he moved to LA. That's that. You see these sneakers right here? We call these the ultimate dope boy sneakers. The ultimate dope boy sneakers right here. This is a penny Nike Foamposite. Two versions. You got the penny Foamposites that you're always going to see the 1 cent logo on. Then you're going to see the Foamposite Pros with the big Nike check on it. Well, we always used to call these the alien shoes, and these dropped in 1996. And the reason why they're so expensive is because Nike spent damn nearly $1 million on the mold to make this shoe. And that's why they cost $250, $225. When they first came out, they was like $200, I believe. But that's just some quick history on this sneaker right here. And to be honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I think that this wasn't even supposed to be Penny Hardaway's sneaker. I think this was supposed to be a Scottie Pippen sneaker, but Penny ended up rocking it, and I could be mistaken. I know it was somebody else, but I want to say Pippen. He ended up falling in love with these shoes, and they just gave him the Penny Foamposites, which we now have as an iconic Nike sneaker. But yeah, though, so like I said, this is the first episode. We're gonna be covering a lot of ground, man. And if you want your product featured on this show, don't forget to email me. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, as all these reviewers are saying. Hit the like button if you really fuck with me. I'm gonna tell you niggas just like that. If you fucking with Dope Boy Pape, go ahead and click the share button too. Make sure to tap in with True SF and True Oakland. Shout out to everybody in the sneaker game that's still, doing their motherfucking thing. And like I said, we're gonna be covering a lot of ground, man. Also, before we end this show, I have brought these magazines to show y'all. Huff used to sell these shoes called Soul Collectors. And a few years ago, I'm gonna tell you right now, back in 2000 and maybe 5, 6, Nike Town had threw a party. And me and my partner, 12 a.m. Ben, my partner Timar, who was all first in line, and I want to say his oldest brother, we ended up being first in line at the Nike Town's first party. And this dude came up with a camera on me. He was like, we're going to take a picture of you because you first in line at the first every Nike party. I was like, word? And boom, this is it right here. This is it right here. That's me right there. You really can't tell because they cut a nigga out. And this the dude that took the photo. I remember because he had the red and white 2s on. You know what I'm saying? And this is my partner 12 a.m. Ben. And this is Tim Moore with the Shark SBs. And this is his brother with the 1990... What is these? These might have been 94 Jordan 4s. I can't remember. But the silver box 4s. And so I was like, I'm in the magazine. And when I got it, I was like, what the fuck? They done cut me off. And then years later, that photo resurfaced. And there I am right there. You see it? That's me. In the orange Supremes in 2005. That's my partner Tim Moore right there. That's 12 a.m. Ben. And that's his brother. And that's probably, who is that? That's some fine Filipino rocking the playoff 12s. But yeah, though, this is when the sneaker game was real good, man. So we gonna bust that shit down too, man. I've been around in this game for a long ass time. I'm not new to this. I'm really TRUE. I'm true to this. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. And drop a comment. And I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace.